Now that we have the form created, this one right here, we're going to create the sequence. So we'll click the sequences menu item and we'll create a new sequence. New sequence. We'll give it a name, Podio New Leads Tutorial. Create sequence. And this is the default letter that they just create for you. We're not going to use this, obviously. So we can come in here and just highlight and delete everything. We'll delete the subject too, because we're going to replace that. So in the subject, we're going to add in regarding, then we're going to want to merge in the address. So you can either type the field token out. I find it easier because I don't always know what it is, to come down to the content, select personalize, and then find the address field, which should be around here. And then we highlight that, cut it, and paste it in there. Next is we'll type out the letter. I'm going to use the same letter that I provided in the tutorial. I'm just cutting and pasting it into it. Cut and paste. You may have to format it a little bit. Now, this is fairly simple. I'm not trying to be too complicated with my letters. I'm basically just asking, thanking them for filling out the form, and then we insert this field token for the name. We do that by same way we did here. We go to position and then select the name, subscriber name right there. Finish off by saying I'm not in the office right now, but when I get in, I will take a look at your property that you're interested in selling. If I come up with a few more questions, would it be okay to email them to you? So this is a response, a quick response, making it look like we're out of the office, so we can't give a more detailed response, and that we may be sending him a question tomorrow or later. We may be sending him an email tomorrow or later with more questions, which we are going to do because that's going to be letter number 2. So now this is emails set up, and then we'll have to set when we're going to send this. So we'll click this up here. Now to send something immediately, which is what we want to do, add a 0 in here, and then it'll send immediately. If not, we have the option to send it after an hour. The minimum is 1 hour, immediately or 1 hour. So it all depends on you, how you want to come across. If you want to be immediate response, that's fine. I like to put in an hour because then it kind of makes it feel more personal, that I'm not just like auto responding right away with this, because then it feel kind of weird. So we'll go with 1 hour. Now we'll save. And we're also going to want to change this status to published. Save. Next, we'll add another email. We're coming over here and clicking add email. And this email will be the main one that you start asking your more detailed questions. So we'll do a subject of a couple questions about your property, and then your letter, which I am also cutting and pasting from the tutorial. Now this will have to be formatted a little bit. Where have I put paragraphs? And lastly, all my best, Scott. So this will be letter number 2. And we want to send this one day after. Change that to published. Say 1 day after last email. So this is 1 day after this one. And so it'll end up being, I think, the same time. So if they submitted the form at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, first email gets sent at 4 o'clock, and then the second email will get sent at 4 o'clock the next day. I mean, I think that's fine. It shouldn't be too obvious that we're sending things at the same time. Maybe we're just sending emails. That's our time to send emails. I don't know. The only problem would probably fall apart is if it's like they fill out the form at 2 o'clock in the morning and you send some at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then this email comes 3 o'clock the next day morning, which would be kind of weird, but I don't think that would happen too much. So that will save just to make sure we're keeping up with our progress. And finally, email number 3, which will be your offer email. So now I have offer on, and then we'll do the property. In this case, I'll type it in subscriber/address. This is the token, field token. Make sure you have a space in between the S and there, and also this S in here. There's a space. If you're unsure about how to type it in, just do what I did before. Click into the content area, come down here, select address, and then just cut and paste this up into there. Now for the content. Paste that in there, do a return, and put your name. So this is good. Now we're also doing 1 day after the previous email. So this will be on the 2nd day, or the 3rd day, that you'll send this one off. So this will be 1 day after this one, and 1 day after this one, and that goes that way. So we'll make this published. Now save. So those are our letters in our sequence. It's all set up. It's not that hard. It's pretty straightforward. You can feel free to add letters, change up the timing, change up the wording on the emails, do whatever you want. But this is basically how you set it up. So if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email or leave a comment below. And then I look forward to showing you the next part of this tutorial in the next video. Thank you.